Olá, boa noite. O Exou Biribó, hoje com o vídeo 6 de The Book of Unwritten Tales. Após cumprir 2 tarefas e ter que usar um arquivo salvo para completar a terceira, conseguimos o diploma de mago que possibilitou a Wilbur falar com o arquimago. Aliás, com quem ele pensou ser o arquimago, mas que na verdade era Moncus, com um feitiço da mãe que alterou sua aparência. Agora, Wilbur procura 2 auxiliares e um meio de transporte para chegar a uma ilha que, pelo nome, ninguém aparentemente sabe sequer onde fica.
By the gods, that's a female orc, here in the human town, and she's taken one of them prisoner. I must notify the town guard right away, and Master Marcus. Together we must fight to the last drop of blood, and...
I can hear you!
Stay where you are, I'm a mage.
So I see.
A dangerous battle mage.
Now that, on t'other hand, I find doubtful.
Who are you? What do you want here, and how did you get here?
A lot of questions. Give me one good reason why I should answer them.
Her name is Elizabeth. She's come here for the annual beauty contest and has brought a golden Pegasus with her. He's called Bob.
Pegasus sempre é branco e nunca se chama Bob. Não parece nem de longe uma rainha da beleza. Olá, Elizabeth. Me chamo Wilbur.
Nice to meet you, Elizabeth. My name is Wilbur.
I am a bounty hunter and just passing through.
Are bounty hunters allowed to simply tie up here?
Certainly. Bounty hunters and merchants are neutral in this war.
Nobody wanted the bounty hunters.
I'm just waiting for Bill the merchant who has my provisions. Then I'm on my way.
I have no idea what's going on here, but the airship could be exactly what I need for my expedition.
Who did you just speak to?
To no one, really.
Quem é você, se posso perguntar? Aonde leva os seus prisioneiros? Mas, todavia, tenho algo que fazer. Onde leva os seus prisioneiros?
Where are you taking your prisoners?
That's none of your business, dwarf. They know, and that's enough.
I'm not a dwarf, I'm a gnome.
Too right, Shorty. Don't take any nonsense. Turn her into a sheep.
I can only transform rabbits into kind of a sheep.
Great. That's helpful.
Quem é você?
So your name isn't Elizabeth?
I am known as Mazaz.
Or Sugar Lips, Greenie, or just, Oi, you fella! And she is one lousy bounty hunter.
That's right. I only catch imbeciles. Those who are even more stupid than me.
I have to go.
If you see the merchant, can you tell him that I'll rip his ears off if he doesn't turn up here soon?
O nome dela é Bazaz.
A coiled rope. It's been used a lot.
Hey! What do you think you're doing there? That's my rope.
Your rope? It belongs to the Mary and is therefore my rope.
Perhaps you haven't quite understood this yet. The ship no longer belongs to you. It now belongs to me.
Over my dead body.
Aye.
Well, no matter who the rope belongs to, it's not mine. Sorry.
Não pode pegar a corda. Pode olhar a rede.
A large net. Might be a fishing net, or maybe one of those cargo nets.
E por que a rede a Bá deixa que ele pegue?
She really does look terrifying. I mean, I don't know what orc women usually look like, but that one, I wouldn't want to get on her bad side. The man looks like he's had a rough time of it. His clothes are torn and he's unshaven, and we should probably be very grateful for the fact that we're out in the fresh air. I've never seen a creature like that before. It's similar to the demon from the inn. Maybe it's just an animal. I don't think I should really talk to her unless I absolutely have to.
Hi.
Me chamo Wilbur, quem é você?
I'm Wilbur. Who are you?
Someone with a tiny problem, as you can see. Could you do me a favor and whack that green lady over the head?
Come on, Nate. I'm only doing my job here.
I know the job market's tough, but yours is going to cost me my neck.
Undoubtedly.
Então você é como pirata?
Are you a pirate or something?
No.
Yes.
Well, I have been called that occasionally, but I'm just about as much of a pirate as Mazaz here is a ballet dancer. I'm the captain of this proud ship, the Mary. I'm a freelance treasure hunter.
You're a swindler.
And you're a terrible ballet dancer.
I like ballet.
Você é caça-tesouros? Então pode me ajudar.
You're a professional treasure hunter. So you know your way around sunken temples and the like.
Of course. I have traveled all across the skies, to the ends of the earth. I've fought Cyclops and seen things that a man probably shouldn't have. Such as Mazaz here, for example.
Se te mostro uma pequena ilha no mapa, você poderia me levar voando até lá?
Suppose I needed to travel to a certain island, and I could show you the island on a map. Could you bring me there?
Well, apart from the fact that I'm sitting here in a cage, then sure.
Then we'll just have to free you.
Hello? I still happen to be here.
What's that got to do with it?
See you later.
Take care, Shorty.
Captain Nate is a treasure hunter. And he has his own ship. Someone like him would be perfect for my team. But how do I get past that orc lady? And all on my own?
Se ela não deixa nem
She'd see
pegar a
me.
corda.
I'll have to wait for the right moment. It's a long way down beneath the plank. You wouldn't catch me standing on it.
Colocar alguma coisa aqui na borda.
As someone who comes from the mountains, I'm not really an expert on ships, but that's called a thingy. A
Fardo.
bale of cargo. Looks heavy. Maybe compressed cotton or the like.
Colocar a rede nesses fardos aqui não. Por enquanto não é para fazer nada com a rede.
Impressive what we made you
My
do.
fault.
My order
They
and
gave me
I.
the wrong coordinates.
The coordinates were correct.
Yeah, great. Some kind of weird orc system. Look at me. Do I look like an orc? Maybe they should have given me the coordinates for a human navigation system.
Perhaps you could have simply listened while things were being explained to you at great length.
I've been a captain for
won't
15
work. The
years.
bounty hunter
I
would
don't
notice.
need things explained to me.
Quite obviously you do.
Isso não
At the very least, you
funcionará.
might have noticed that it was not a stinking headquarters when you landed in the wedding cake.
The bridesmaids looked pretty suspect.
Ah, so that was why you decided to strip search them, was it?
Pássaro que bate
Now
a
that's what I
cabeça.
call magic. Fantastic.
Mapa grande na parede.
A huge map of the entire country, and I've only seen a tiny corner of it to date.
Livro aberto.
That is probably the thickest book I've ever seen. It says Encyclopedia Fantastica here. Fantastic knowledge in just one volume.
Planta flutuante.
The flower keeps floating away from it. Maybe it's shy.
Magia.
Wow! No idea what these globes are supposed to represent, but they're gorgeous.
Telescópio.
That's a telescope. Grandad has one. The question is it a masterpiece of technology or magic? Or perhaps both?
Armário.
Dad always says, what you don't have in your head, you'd better have in your books.
Globo.
Strange idea, stretching a map over a globe like that. How are you supposed to use it?
Pergaminho em cima do armário.
There's something on top of that cabinet. Some papers of some sort. Maps, maybe. That's too high, I can't reach.
Voltar pro gabinete do
Master
macho.
Marcus? You'll never believe this, but... Master Marcus? Hello? He's not here.
Mestre Marcos não está, mas deixou uma nota.
A folded note with my name on it.
Dear Wilbur, you probably don't even know what you've achieved. Not only have you completed your mage degree quicker than anyone ever, you've also shown an old man that there's always hope. I thank you for that. I have gone to stand at my brother's side at Wildthorn Pass. He's there fighting back the Shadow Army's vicious onslaught. I hope to see you again soon, Master Weathervane. Marcus Maria Alistair, Master of Magic.
P.S. I would like to pass my magic glasses on to you as a gift. I do not need them anymore. My nose belongs in the fresh air, not amongst old books. This is really very nice of Master Marcus, but couldn't he have kept his thirst for action under control just for a few more hours? I could really use him, yeah? And he's not likely to find his brother there either. He's off looking for the island in some archive, not standing on some battlefield. It can't be helped. He's gone. I'll just have to carry on alone.
But I still can't let you go up, my lovely.
I will say it once more. I have to give the Archmage a book. It's important.
I don't know anything about a book. And believe me, whatever the Archmage is up to, it's more important than your stupid book.
But
End of discussion. Only graduate mages or people with an invitation from the Archmage can go into the tower. And to be precise, I don't see any of those at the moment, sorry.
Vão se conhecer os dois agora.
A colourful bird. If it were not impossible, I would say he was looking at me rather reproachfully. The elf looks pretty grumpy. I always thought elves stood above it all. Looks like I was wrong. Hello.
Hi.
You're an elf, right?
Indeed. And you are a kind of wood goblin?
I'm a gnome. Wilbur Weathervane. Master Wilbur Weathervane. Pleased to meet you.
You're a mage.
With diploma.
Then you can go into the upper town and into the mage tower.
That's exactly where I've just come from.
Could you take me up there?
Quem é você?
Who are you?
My name is Ivadora Eleonora Clarissa, Princess of Silverwood.
Ooh. And you're a real princess from Silverwood.
Call me Ivo. He's called Cheep Cheep.
O que você quer do arquimago?
I overheard you talking to the city guard about a book. Do you need to take it to the Archmage?
I have to. It's very important.
Could it be that you got this book from a gremlin secret cellar? A gremlin who shortly before had been ejected over the White Ridge Mountains?
Get out of my brain, you mage.
You almost dropped the professor on my head. He sent me here with a secret message for the Archmage.
Oh, were you able to bring him the news?
Yes, it was very disquieting.
Nesse livro que você tem aí, creio que diz aonde se esconde poderoso artefato.
I believe that the book you're carrying explains just where an extremely powerful artifact can be found.
Yeah, the gremlin did hint at something of that sort. He was very concerned.
He's got every reason to be. The Archmage is gone. He's trying to find out exactly where the artifact is hidden. And then I'm supposed to go get it, quietly and secretly, along with 2 friends.
But it's here. This book tells us where the artifact can be found.
Unfortunately, the Archmage doesn't know that.
Queres ajudar-me a encontrar a ilha e recuperar o artefato?
This whole story is too much for one gnome. I think we should work together.
I should really be at home in the elf burrow listening to Uncle Ignacio droning on. I am in enough trouble already.
Don't you understand? This book explains the exact location of the artifact of divine power. That's precisely the information the Archmage is looking for.
Then take the book and wait for him here.
And if the Shades are faster than we are? What if they manage to extract the information from the old gnome before the Archmage returns?
And what then? Are we to fight the Shades single-handed? And what are we talking about here, by the way? What is it that the Shadow Army want to get their hands on?
I can't tell you that here. How about this? I'll get you into the Mage Tower somehow, and there I'll show you the Professor's message and
And then I can decide whether I'm in or not.
it's a deal. I'll be back.
And I will wait.
Welcome, Master Wilbur.
Tem que deixar passar a elfa.
Mr. Shieldhand, I must insist that you allow the young elf over there entrance to the upper town.
No.
But, you know, it's about that thing.
What thing?
The thing we talked to the Archmage about. The important thing.
I don't know what you mean. Nothing unusual has happened, and even if it had, then we'd be forbidden to discuss it. And most certainly there would have been a crystal clear order to let nobody into the upper town.
But
No matter what the reason. Do we understand each other?
as an accredited mage, I must unfortunately bid you adieu.
Very well, Master Wilbur.
Agora tem pilar aqui, uma coluna.
Good idea.
You've already kept that promise once before.
Of course.
But what's with this oh so important message then?
Come with me to the Mage Tower. I'll show you there.
Hurry, or none of us will be in control of our own destinies. Help us, Master Alistair. You're our only hope.
This is not good at all.
Now do you understand? We have to do something. If the Archmage hasn't returned soon, we have to find the island's location using the book and then rescue the artifact ourselves.
You're right. We have to do something. No mortal should be in possession of such power. I'm in.
Yay! And there's an airship moored right outside. Maybe Cap and Nate will fly us to the island.
One thing at a time. First, we have to find out where this island is.
Agora já dá para trocar de personagem que está jogando. Está jogando o Wilbur, mas eu posso mudar para Ivo. Por que ele andou até lá? Quem fica na reserva tem que ficar parado ali? Ela pode falar com ele. E como você conseguiu esquivar o guarda da cidade?
The town guard will only let mages and people with prior invitations up there. Looking at your clothes, my guess is that you pretended to be a mage.
I'm not pretending to be a mage. I am a mage, with a diploma.
I find it quite difficult to believe that a young gnome from the White Ridge Mountains is a mage.
But it's true. I did the training with Master Marcus down in the city.
You learn everything that one needs to know for the mage diploma in a few hours.
Aye. Wasn't easy, though. Almost killed me.
What a curious little chap. My guess is that his heart's in the right place. Unfortunately, that's sometimes not enough. A large map of the country with dozens of towns, villages and settlements. Oh, that wasn't there in the past. A few papers, magic gadgets and junk. That's a swamp creeper, a plant-eating plant. It creeps up on its quarry and chokes them from behind. The Archmage and I appear to have a hobby in common. But naturally, we elves don't use any gadgets to observe the planets and stars.
Ela pode alcançar aquelas coisas que o Wilbur não alcança.
There are several large pieces of paper on top of the bookcase. Could possibly be maps. No problem. That looks like a tactical map to me. There are troop movements marked on it. Presumably that was years ago. One of the maps is a rough copy of the map on the wall. I can use it to mark where the island is situated, but we'll have to locate it first. It's the Gremlin's book that I got from his secret cellar. There's a description of how to reach the island of Sordia in it. Okay now, what do we have here? A story about a magician and his sheep.
Oh, a story about mages, with pictures.
You won't like this story, believe me. Here, this is the travel log of a fairy explorer. In it, he describes how he landed on an island. He sketched the temple ruins.
And the professor believes that the artifact is in this temple on the island of Sordia.
Exactly. The fairy explorer described his route very precisely.
Never heard of it.
Me neither. We have to find it. The fairy explorer's journey is described here step by step. We have to find the trip's starting point, today's Krumpak. That's the Encyclopedia Fantastica, a torrid attempt to squeeze all the world's knowledge between two book covers. I can't read it. These distrustful mages have written it using magic ink.
Ah, tem que usar os óculos mágicos.
Now then, Krumpak. I will find you eventually.
Krumpak.
I don't believe this. I just can't find the place.
Me neither. It isn't on the map.
But why would this fairy explorer describe a place that doesn't exist? Or did it once exist but is now abandoned?
That's it.
Hmm?
Krumpak is the name of the place in the Shades language. When the fairy explorer was there, it was a shade town. But this map is new, so it'll have the human name of the town.
So we have to find out what the town of Krumpak used to be called.
Exactly.
E ele que vai saber isso?
The strange thing is that most of the pages are completely blank. I mean, our world isn't that uninteresting. Incredible! Now I have the glasses on. The pages are filled from top to bottom with fine script. Without the glasses, the pages appear totally empty. So the glasses are as useful as they are cool. What should I look for?
O que eu busco? Krumpak. Ou Alistair, o arquimago.
I found him less charming than I'd expected. Probably important leaders don't have time to be polite. Adelaide of Sad Hills, Alabaster Processing, Alistair the Shrink, Alistair the Third of High... Ah, here we are. Alistair Mordred Michael Mechtild, Archmage. Blah, blah, born the second of 4 children, brother Marku, blah, blah, Mage Academy, summa cum laude, Order of Merlin, first class, level 99 Archmage, blah, blah, work on sheep, metamorphosis, owner of some of the world's most powerful magical artifacts, blah, blah, head of the Alliance Secret Service, advisor to the king, blah, blah. Strange. Why does it always say blah, blah? You'd think the authors would take more care with the entry for someone that important.
Eles escrevem blá 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 mesmo. Sordia.
Let's see what we can find. Sauron, Semolina, Shyster, Sordia, an island located in the Silent Sea, probably named after a long-forgotten sorcerer. That's all it says. No information as to where the island actually is. Pretty skimpy.
Krumpak.
Alright, I just hope the encyclopedia is more up-to-date than the map. Kedguri, Kayak, Kedguri, Kismet, Krunabel the Terrible, Krumpak. Krumpak, once known as Redstonbury, is a town in the southern heath, known mainly for its salt mining and the blah blah blah. Redstonbury, this is it. So, Redstonbury, where are you?
Ah, tá aqui.
There it is! Redstonbury.
Excellent. From there, we have to follow the footsteps of the fairy explorer. There are 7 steps in total. I'll read them out, and you look where it takes us, okay? Good. We're in Redstonbury. The first point is 2 days' march north to the foot of the mountains. Where's that? Mark the place. Okay, from there, 1 day's march eastwards. The place has to be somewhere on a large plain. Next step, go northeastwards until you reach the road. You got it? Follow the road in a northerly direction until you reach a river. The next marker goes where the road meets the river. Follow the river to its mouth. That's good. Now head south. Follow down the coast until you reach a large bay. East of the bay there should be islands. Mark the bay. Okay, from there head northeast. It's the second island along. You got it?
That must be the Isle of Sordia right there.
Good work. I don't think that we've made a mistake. So that over there is Sordia. Let's mark the island on the small map.
So, now we've found the island, all we need is some transportation.
And that is floating outside.
You got it. I don't think I should really talk to her unless I absolutely have to.
Deixa aí, vou falar então.
Orcs are tough, strong and aggressive. That one there looks fit. I don't know if I could eliminate her. If at all, it would be with speed, or with brains. A human, presumably male.
I've never seen a creature like that before. It's similar to the demon from the inn. Maybe it's just an animal.
Hello, human.
Hello, my lovely.
Eu não sou sua lovely.
Why have you been captured? What do you stand accused of?
I'd like to know that too. I'm a harmless adventurer.
Exactly. It's just some dumb coincidence that most of your adventures happen to be illegal, right?
If you're involved with illegal activities, then you should be punished.
Well, he will be now.
I don't think anybody deserves what's about to happen to me.
What? Has the prospect of torture finally shut your fat gob?
I just think that nobody deserves spending 3 days alone with you on an airship, that's all.
I've had enough. Farewell.
You'll be back. They all come back.
Hello, Orc.
What do you want, elf?
Tenho que tomar emprestado esse humano por uns dias.
I need the human for a few days. Will you lend him to me?
No. I'm carrying out a task and I'll fulfill it.
Then I'll take him.
If you can get past me.
Meow.
Shut it, Nate.
There's never a mud wrestling pit when you need it most.
Do you really think that you have a ghost of a chance against Mazaz?
Bazaz? E também ela não pediu por favor e queria que a Baia entregasse o humano emprestado por uns dias. E o que é uma Bazaz? Floto como uma mariposa e pico como uma abelha. Não vou a lutar com uma mulher orca caça-recompensas. E quem ou o que é uma Bazaz?
Who are you?
I am Mazaz.
Is that a strapping master swordsman that you've got locked up there? I need him.
Hey, marry me, elf.
I want that human and I'll have him before sundown.
Ooh, Elfie.
I'm looking forward to seeing how you're going to achieve that, elf.
Que tal uma competição?
How about this little competition? Elf against orc. It'll be a classic.
As long as it's not going to be about who can best howl at the moon by a swamp, then the result is a given.
What about dental care, general education, or thunderous thighs?
Shut it, Nate. So, what do you suggest?
Balé. Pulso. Jogo de queda de braço. Uma corrida. Talvez uma competição não seja uma boa ideia, no fim de tudo. Balé.
How about with a bit of ballet?
I knew it. Only a young elfweed could suggest something like that.
Young elf. I was here even before you orcs were invented.
Then you should possess some kind of skills that go beyond dancing around a bit. So, what do you suggest?
Corrida.
We could have a race?
Not that I wouldn't win, but it strikes me as a little risky to leave my quarry with your short-arsed accomplice.
Scared?
Suggest something that we can do here. Then you'll see that I fear nothing, much less you.
Queda de braço.
You think that you're strong, so how about a bit of arm wrestling?
You are joking, aren't you? An elf beating an orc warrior at arm wrestling? Never!
So, are you willing to give it a shot?
Of course. Why not? Come here. Okay, let's do it. Hey, elf. I said let's do it. Let me know when you're ready. Shall we warm up? Right. I'm ready. Shall we start?
E a Bazaz fez a dupla vencedora.
What's the matter? Fed up already?
Poção da força. Não, primeiro tem que passar o jogo pro Will. Dá a poção para elixir de poder.
The potion gives the user incredible strength, but there's not much left in the vial. I'll save it for later. Here, Ivo, a power elixir. Maybe you can use it.
Thank you.
E primeiro ela
I
toma.
just have to be careful Cheap Cheap doesn't get wind of this. He'd tell on me at home. I can't feel anything. I wonder if it worked. Hello, Orc.
What do you want, elf?
How about another round of arm wrestling?
Now, there's someone who likes to be humiliated. I will flatten you.
We'll see about that. This time I'm playing for real.
Of course!
The net is now lying on the plank. You can't cross the plank without stepping on the net. That looks like a good trap to me. The bounty hunter has to walk onto the plank first, otherwise all that work will have been in vain. I was holding with ease. I just wonder how long that power elixir works.
Yes.
Magic! There's magic at play here.
An elf would never cheat, as well you know.
I want revenge!
Perhaps some other time.
I can't do it.
Oi, what's going on?
Ivor!
Ah, eu vou ajuda aqui.
What the?
Now!
Oops. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Well, hey, that was brilliant. Get us out of here.
Hello.
Hi down there. Mizaz's departure was a little abrupt.
Yes, somehow I always have problems with the fine-tuning on my traps.
Main thing is, she's gone.
Ivor and I have to travel to a certain island as quickly as possible. Will you take us there?
What's going on there, then?
Oh, it's an archaeological expedition.
Oh, right.
You owe us that, Nate. We've rescued you from certain death.
Oh, yeah, I'd have worked something out myself. And, my pretty one, to you, I'm Captain Bonnet. I'm not interested in a scientific expedition.
Então te deixaremos aí. Até a Bazaz voltar.
If you don't want to help us, then just stay up there till the bounty hunter comes back. And what do you think the Green Lady's gonna do to you when she does get back?
You've got a point there. On the other hand, you still need my airship. And do you know how to steer a flying ship?
Ah, genial. Se trata de uma missão quase oficial da Aliança. É sobre... Não posso dizer-te.
Well, it's about this... thing.
This thing? And you don't want to tell me what this thing is? Are you scared I'll go off looking for it myself? Is it that valuable?
Well, actually,
Yes.
Ah, and where is it exactly?
On an island. We'll show you when we're in the air.
Well, I reckon for 50%.
But you're alone.
There's two of us, just like you two.
You're counting your pet as well.
Well, you have.
hey,
A third. You fly us there and then stay out of the way once we've arrived.
Okay, fine, we're in. Now, will you get us down at last? Everything okay with you guys?
Yes! This must be the entrance to the temple.
O
How long do
templo-
you think it'll take to repair the engine?
Oh, it's more complicated than it seemed. You shouldn't wait for me.
ooh, how exciting! A sunken temple full of danger and adventure, a lost artifact, and we are the valiant treasure hunters hot on the trail.
Listen, Wilbur, you did really well in Seastone, but this is different. Things could get really dangerous here. I prefer if you stayed out of this.
But,
I'll call you if I need you, okay?
but...
He's gonna hate me for that. But I'd rather have an insulted gnome to deal with than a dead one. Captain Bonnet can get water up from the sea with a bucket whilst the airship's still in flight. But I don't have a clue what he does with it after that. He certainly doesn't wash with it. Human ropes are so primitive. They get dirty, they rot, and they break. I'd better not stand on that. Looks unsafe. The bee's nest is definitely inhabited. There are bees buzzing around all over the place and they're fighting the fire fairies for the nectar. I'm supposed to reach into the bee's nest and steal the honey while the bees are still in the nest. Forget it. I've also got nothing to put the honey in. This must be the entrance to the temple. In the past, it must have been a side entrance or something. The actual temple with the main entrance has sunk into the ocean. I hope the connection to it's still intact behind this door. Four little alcoves positioned around the entrance. There are strange symbols under each alcove which I can't read. Under those are words in the old language. Creature of the air is how I'd translate this. Creature of the earth is written there. Creature of fire is written under this alcove. This alcove has creature of water written on it. It's not budging an inch. It's not budging an inch. How did that fish get here? Maybe a seabird left it.
Or it was a flying fish.
Right.
They do exist. Grandad's squadron was called the Flying Hellfish.
I'll just take one bone. You never know when a small, sharp, curved thing might come in handy. A snapped branch, presumably from one of the trees up there. Strange vegetation here. Normally these sorts of plants and trees are more likely to be found in the south.
Uma espinha que parece um anzol vai juntar com a corda.
I've tied the fishbone to the end of the string.
E isso tudo com a vara.
I've tied the rope to the stick, and at the end of the rope the fishbone acts as a hook. Just missing the bait now.
O que pode servir de isca? Ela não tem nada.
Hello, Cheep Cheep.
Há uma espécie de buraco, encaixe para uma criatura do ar ali.
There are 4 little alcoves by the entrance, and Creature of the Air is written under one of them. Well, I just wondered if you could perhaps go into the alcove for a bit. Oh, get out of here, it's not a trap. Female intuition. Oh well, I'll fill the other alcoves first, and then we can talk again, okay? Captain Bonnet? Are you quite sure that you're repairing that airship?
Sure. Why wouldn't I be?
It's raining breadcrumbs. Don't tell me that we took that detour yesterday solely to get your bread rolls.
What are you implying?
So it was just incompetence. I thought as much. Did you intend to throw the jar at my head? Hello? Oh.
Man. Já tem o jarro, então.
A little glass jar with a lid. There are still traces of jam left in it. Hello, Cheep Cheep. Can't you help me somehow? I don't know either. Fly reconnaissance missions? Find another entrance to the temple? Push Captain Bonnet off the ship?
Why is the bird allowed to help when I'm not?
Cheep Cheep can look after himself.
So can I? I am a certified mage.
Really? Then why don't you magic the door open for us? Maybe you could help me to get at the honey in the bee's nest. Perhaps you could distract them. You can fly so much better than them. Quick, while Cheep Cheep's distracting the bees. There isn't much honey in the glass and it's covered in bits of honeycomb, but there's enough for a sandwich.
E por que ela queria o mel? O mel não vai servir para pescaria.
There's not much honey in the jar and what's there's covered in bits of honeycomb, but there's enough for a sandwich. One of the paving stones is broken. You can see the earth under it.
Água na terra seca. Corre para a terra seca.
The earth is sucking the water up like a sponge. Something's moving in the earth. There are worms. The water's enticed them up. I'll take a few before they disappear again.
Agora minhoca na vara de pescar.
That gives me a fully functional fishing rod.
Wilbur, pesque lá. Ela mesma vai pescar.
Hey, Wilbur, could you give me a hand?
Of course.
Can you catch a fish for me?
I never fished before. I'm from the mountains.
It's very simple and completely safe. Come here.
And now?
Now you cast the line and wait for a fish to bite.
I should...
Just throw it in. What the...
How do you know if a fish is bitten?
Oh,
One's bit!
that's great.
And now? What next?
You go and stand next to Cheep Cheep again. I'll call you if I need any more help.
Okay.
I'll put the fish into the bucket. At least it'll have a bit of water in there. The fish that Wilbur caught and I lugged up here is swimming around in the water. This alcove has creature of water written on it. There's no doubt that the fish is a creature of water.
Agora falta da terra e do fogo. Da terra a própria minhoca.
Creature of the earth is written there. I'll place several creatures of the earth into the alcove. Those are fire fairies. They're very rare. I haven't seen any for 200 years.
Aqui, esses brancos aqui, são fadas do fogo, mariposas de fogo. Atrai com mel.
The fire fairies are cautious. They're keeping away from me. This could work. The intellectual capacities of fairies are completely overrated. Come on, lovely honey. Avcha. I'll leave the lid open slightly so the fairy can breathe. Creature of fire is written under this alcove. I think one could call this little beastie a creature of fire.
Agora tem que chamar o Chipchó lá para ocupar o outro lugar.
Hello, Cheep Cheep. You are the only thing missing. A creature of the air. Now come on, please, just sit in the alcove. There you are. No trap. However, the door isn't opening either. Perhaps one has to... Cheap! Hello? Cheap, cheap! Thank the gods you're okay! It can't have been that bad. Oh, very well, but not the whole lot in one go. See you, cheap, cheap.
Então é isso. Hoje vamos parando por aqui. O Exou Biribó, agradecendo a presença, o apoio, as dicas, a torcida, desejando boa noite, até amanhã. Por enquanto eu fui.